1 is positive affirmations. The question asks, do you have a quote to motivate yourself? And yes, I do. The quote is, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will, and it was said by Susie Kasim. The second part of the question asks, what is the reasoning behind you living by that quote? And I would have to say that I live by this quote because it encourages me to motivate myself.
Number 1. Do I have a saying or quote or mantra that I use to motivate myself? No, I don't really have anything like that to motivate myself. It's mostly just self-discipline.
So the first question is, do you have a saying or quote that helps motivate you? And the answer to that is, of course I do. And that quote is, everything happens for a reason. The reasoning behind this quote is just that it reminds me that I can't let the little things affect my everyday activities and, how I feel. And I cannot let things that I can't control really get the best of me. And it just reminds you that you have to just go with the flow of things in life and, just make the most out of every situation.
Do I have a saying, quote, or mentor I use to motivate myself? I do. I don't have like a specific one. I tend to say things like, think simple, think straight, let's keep going, gotta get stuff done. The reason it does sound kind of, I guess you could say, rude or straightforward. That's what I personally prefer, is just going straight to the point. If I got stuff to do, I got stuff to do. So, let's keep the head going, and let's keep going.
Step 2 is a sense of community, and the question asks, what makes you feel like you're part of a group? I personally feel part of a group when everybody is included in discussions and decisions. The second part of the question asks, how did I maintain a sense of community during the pandemic? And my answer to that is that I virtually connected with my friends, families, coworkers, all through technology, and that was really helpful because I was able to keep in touch.
Number 2. What makes you feel like you're part of a group? I would say understanding, having a sense of understanding, or friendship, letting people know that they care about me, or people telling me that they care. How did I maintain a sense of community during the pandemic? I would say I didn't. I did not maintain a sense of community during the pandemic. I don't think most people did.
The second question that I have here is, what makes you feel part of a group? And it is as simple as getting involved in my high school activities, hanging out with friends that I haven't seen in a while. Even at work, I feel part of a group. As long as I'm helping somebody, or even just, talking to somebody, I really feel like I'm part of something. And how did I maintain this feeling during the pandemic? Mainly, I just spent a lot of time with my family, especially because we were all home, and it really gave me a sense of, familiarity and connection between, my family members.
What makes me feel like I'm part of a group? It's mainly communicating with everyone else I'm with, as well as like getting to know them a little bit and to work with them, gaining work experience with them, and like seeing how they work. Gives me an idea of what the group's like and how I fit in the group. How did I maintain a sense of community during the pandemic? I would send out messages occasionally to everyone, making sure everyone was okay. Communicating through like video game parties and text messages, calls, and towards the latter end of the pandemic, I would go and see people, but not during the initial phase.
The third and final step is meditation, and the question asks, do you meditate? And I do not meditate, but the second part of the question asks, what do you do to relax? And I personally love drawing, reading, and listening to soft music, and that really helps me relax.
Do I meditate? Nope. I don't do anything like that. Is there anything I do to help me relax? Yes. I would say video games are a pretty big relaxer for most.
And the last question is, do I meditate? I do not, but I relax by watching movies and really just focusing on myself.
Do I meditate? I do not. I never got into that kind of thing. If I do anything to relax, whenever I need to relax or I have time to relax, I just sit and I do nothing. I clear my mind and I'll have like a video in the background or TV or something, just so I can not focus on any demands. I can just focus on having nothing to do. I find that helps a lot, and it's not a lot of the day, a lot of times I get to do that anymore. But I do find that's what helps a lot for me.